Meet Foluke, a food blogger who posts videos on YouTube. Hi guys! Hello! Foluke works part-time as a graphic designer, but she worries so much about her personal finance as she thinks about it from time to time. She knows that one day she wants to travel the world, go to Dubai, flex, but she's just worried about her finances.
I be cool and I be robbed. Baby, yeah, you dealing with a boss. Did you know you...
Foluke decides that she's going to call one of her friends who knows a lot about this topic and ask her for her advice. And her friend shows up immediately. How far now, you guys? Ndatsendomo decides to tell her some tips and tricks about personal finance that's going to make her life better.
I heard someone called my name. I heard somebody needed my help. Who's that? Please give me my Superman cape because I'm here to save the day. Why am I so extra?
Really want to smoke with me, so let me know if you do. She wanna vibe with me, just how the way that I move. Yeah, she love the way that we move.
What's up, you guys? How are you? How have you guys been? It's really been a hot minute. I haven't posted a video in like a month. I have been off of YouTube, but life had to happen. But I hope you guys are okay. How are you guys doing today? How have you guys been? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to level up financially in your 20s. But then again, when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, I don't actually really want to limit this to just your 20s because Foluke is not a hypothetical person. Foluke is you and she is me. All these mistakes and all these things that Foluke needs, all these tips that Foluke needs to learn, we all need to learn it. Trust me, I'm not even perfect when it comes to my personal finances. I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's what makes me one of the best people to talk about this, because I've learned personally. So this isn't just textbook knowledge. This isn't just what I learned when I did my 2 MBAs in finance, or when I was becoming a chartered accountant, or working in as a revenue manager, or working in or growing my career in commercial. This is I also have personal experience. Not all were positive, so don't think that because you go to school, or you guys should don't think that because I went to school and I came out and I have my 2 MBAs in finance and I'm a chartered accountant, it doesn't mean that I personally have been perfect in my finances. But you know what? That's good. That's why you guys need to actually learn from my mistakes. And before we even go further, if you have any advice for Foluke, please drop it down in the description box below, because I actually want to see how you guys think about personal finances and where your thoughts are headed when it comes to money management and personal finance management. If that makes any sense. I believe it does. So without further ado, you guys, why am I being so extra? I've told myself I'm going to calm down and just talk to you guys, those calming videos. But I guess that's not just me, and I can't be somebody else. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyways, you guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. Build good money habits. Trust me, if you build good money habits, you're good. Like, you're almost set for life. One of the most important money habits you need to build is making a budget. You need to know what you spend or what you expect to spend in a month, in a quarter, half yearly, and annually. Like, trust me, a budget keeps you in check. You will know when you are overstepping your budget. Obviously, I'm not saying that you shouldn't leave space for your baby girl life, and that's why in Foluke's budget I've actually put that there's space for flexing, because it's important. We're human beings. Like, you only live once. You need to enjoy yourself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Hey, allow me to... Why am I like this? Yeah, so I've put space for flexing, and we're trying to be realistic with life, but at the same time, you need to have a budget. You need to know what you're expecting to spend yearly. This really helps you. Trust me, I cannot overestimate. It's to track your spending. A lot of the times we have a budget, but we step out of the budget. Okay, so I started this online businesses last month. Yeah, I started it last month. I started 2, and I was in my head, I'm thinking that it's an online business. I don't need any physical space. I don't need physical stock, because it's as you order, we process your order. Like, we produce for one of them, as you order, we produce the outfits. So I added to my budget for the month a specific amount that I'm going to be using to fund and grow the business every month from my normal 9-to-5 salary. You guys would not believe that. I've been tracking everything that I spend on that business, because it's coming from my personal money, so it's personal finance. So I've been tracking everything. As soon as I spend something, I open my notes on my phone and I write it down. because I know that I wouldn't be able to quickly run to my Excel sheet or my budgeting application immediately. So last week I decided to total everything I've spent. So I created an Excel template, and you guys will not believe how much I have spent on that business in 1.5 months. Like, just take a wild guess before you keep watching and comment it below. You guys, I have spent over 900,000 naira building the businesses. Like, I was mind blown when I saw it, and I was very happy that I tracked it, because now I know what to target and when to target when I want to break even my business and give myself back the money I spent, because that money is for business. Okay. Another one is, you guys should learn to follow the basic finance expert principles. Like, for instance, if you can't, like they said, if you can't afford to buy 3 times, then you really can't afford it. So if something costs you 10,000 naira, if you don't have up to 30,000 naira excess in your account, that means you really can't afford that item. Focus on your needs, not your wants. Obviously, you flex, you be a baby girl once in a while, but you should focus on your needs, not your wants. Like, sometimes you just have to sacrifice so that you can be a bigger baby girl in the future. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah, so just follow those personal finance tips. It will really go a long way. It will really help you. Trust me, my finances were a wreck. Like, I won't have an ATM card, I won't put internet banking on some of my accounts, but I will still end up spending that money because I now have to call my friend, oh please, can you help me transfer so that I can. It's still the same thing, and before you know it, you are digging yourself in debt. You're becoming a burden to your friends. So trust me, you might think it's by not having an ATM, but it's just those small habits that make you financially disciplined, and you'll be a baby girl for the rest of your future. Start investing early. Start short-term investments, mid-term investments, and most importantly, start long-term investing. Trust me, this one goes a long way. Imagine if you're 21 and you're already contributing towards real estate. And I like the way real estate is going these days, because I'm seeing a lot of crowdfunding platforms where you don't have to buy the whole house, like 30 million naira. You and your friends, 10 of your friends, can just come together and pay towards that house, or get a mortgage on that house, and you guys own it, and you guys can rent it in the future. Eventually, in the next 10 years, by the time you're like 31, or in the next 10 years, by the time you're like 41, depending on whatever age you're watching this video, that house would have appreciated over times 10, times 20, times 30, times 40, sometimes times 100 of what you actually you guys actually spend for it. So start investing for long term. Like, start buying stocks, start investing in people's business that you think have a smart strategic plan. Start investing in real estate, start receiving dividend, rental income. See, all those things really help you. I can't stress it enough. I remember when I was working in Abuja, so somebody happened to know my salary, and she's like much older than me, and every time she'd be like, Ndase, I hope you're saving money. Ndase, I hope you're saving money. And now I completely understand why she used to hammer on saving. They always say it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. That's how much you save. But personally, I feel that it's how much you grow, not how much you keep, because you can keep it and it's just be lying in your account. I'm not saying savings are not there. Definitely save, have an emergency fund. Like, definitely save. This emergency fund is so important. I remember once when I lost my job, and this was like 2 years ago, so I didn't have any more, like, I didn't have a dime, because I was living paycheck to paycheck. And guess who came through for me? I just called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need to move countries, I've lost this job. She sent me 1 million naira. How many people have that kind of access? I was just lucky that my mom was able to raise my hand when I needed it to be raised. But I should have had an emergency fund, earning the kind of money I was earning at the time. So I know you people watching me are earning a lot of money, points. And even if you're not, you're working towards it. So trust me, start putting away money for your emergency fund, and then have at least 1 year of your expenses covered in your bank account. The rest goes to your investment. You heard? The rest goes to your investment. Like, we're not playing out here, we're leveling up, okay? This one is so important. Clear off debt. Debt is like, walking around in chains. To me, that's where I see that. Like, you're walking around in chains, you can't sleep well at night, because you just have that thing hanging over your head. Like, you're just thinking, how do I clear this debt? I'm owing this person, I'm owing that person. Trust me, I've been there. I've really been there. I've been that person. My mom hates when I tell her that, oh, I borrowed money from someone or I'm owing. She just hates the term debt because I can't tell you enough about that story. My mom just really hates it. So one thing I've come to learn the hard way, will I say, is to clear, like that should be your priority with your finances. Clear off debt. See, don't stockpile debt. Don't let it get to the point where it's drowning you. As much as you can, get a payment structure. Write down everything you're owing and where it's going. Negotiate with people if possible. I know I'm supposed to pay you 1 million naira next month. Let's do it this way. I'll pay you 50,000 naira over the course of 5 years or something like that. Just make sure it's easier for you and just make sure you're able to just pay off that debt. Please, it's important. You guys, I want us to all baby girl up, okay? Baby girl and baby boy up. Like even the Bible says that a debtor is a slave to the lender. Yeah, to the lender. Yeah, so trust me, debt makes you a slave. Stop living paycheck to paycheck. Like we all need to learn this one. Stop living paycheck to paycheck. You cannot survive, you cannot thrive on just one source of income. Cannot even sometimes two, except if you're Bill Gates and you are making that money from Microsoft. Even them, they diversify their income. You see Elon Musk, he did PayPal, now he's doing Tesla, next thing he wants to go to the moon. Do you think those people have two heads? No, they don't actually. Those people don't have two heads. They just have learned how to grow money, and I feel like growing money is addictive. Once you learn how to grow money, you're addicted to that shit, man. Set up something that can run even while you're not there. Like, and social media has made it so easy these days to have online businesses. Just open a website. You know something that you're good at, provide the service or that you can do on weekends or after work. See, I'm not trying to drive you to the ground like, oh, you must work, you must hustle. Like, I don't support hustle culture at all, but at the same time we need to make something of ourselves that makes life more enjoyable and gives us access to more things that we want to do at the end of the day, right? Am I making sense? Am I making sense, you guys? Am I making sense? The more you earn, the more you can save, the more you can invest, the more you can give, the more flexible, the more access you have. So I don't really know how to stress that one. Learn skills that can help you make money on the side. Like, yeah, you might be a banker, for instance, but you might also just go and learn how to do makeup for people. You might also just go and learn photography. And then as time is going on, you become a wedding photographer. You do it on the weekends. You're really good. You have your team of editors. I don't know who I'm talking to here, but yeah, that's one business idea. Like, before you know, you have your team of editors, you collect the business, you can have like 3 weddings in one weekend, and before you know it, you keep building your money. That extra income gives you access to invest in other things. Before you know it, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Before you know it, you are buying a house somewhere. So trust me, you need to diversify. We can't live paycheck to paycheck. You can't level up, like you can't up your game financially if you still live paycheck to paycheck, one source of income to one source of income. It doesn't work, my baby girls. It doesn't work.
You don't know these streets like we do.
I can't stress how important it is to educate yourself financially. So one important thing Foluke has done is she knows that she is not that smart when it comes to money. Like, she knows that if she just keeps living life on a day-to-day basis, she might mismanage her money. So that's why she called up someone who is knowledgeable about personal finances. See, these things are available everywhere. Trust me, no angel is coming to save you. Resources are everywhere. You can listen to a podcast that talks about money management. You can call a friend that knows a lot about money management. You can read books on money management. Like, it's really easy, you guys. So educate yourself on these things, because the more you know about it, the more you can do better about it. And if you know better, then you do better. Okay. Manage your mental relationship with money. Honestly, this one is, see, money is a topic that people still feel very uncomfortable to talk about. People feel uncomfortable to say, oh, I'm owing this much money, or this is how much I make. People feel so uncomfortable talking about money, and I don't know why this is. Another thing I've realized is that a lot of times we limit our earning potential mentally. So like, you're applying for a job and that job says that they're going to pay you maybe $2,000 a month. You're limiting yourself already mentally. You're like, I don't think I'm qualified for the job. Take the damn job and learn on the job. You can do it. Okay, you can do it. Or maybe you have an online business and you're scared to charge your clients what you think your product or your service is worth, because you think like, oh, I'm not one of those big names yet. See, place value on yourself mentally, place value on what you offer, the service, the products, your 9 to 5. See, a 9 to 5 is a value exchange. Place value on your time, place value on your words. Stop limiting yourself. Stop thinking, oh, I grew up in this household where we're very simple, we're very humble. My own is the opposite. Like I feel like I struggled a lot with money because I always had access to money. There was no amount of money that I would not call my dad in university and be like, Daddy, I need this amount of money, and he won't be able to give it to me. So I feel like when I grew up and had to become independent, it was difficult for me to manage my finance because I'm used to having plenty. I'm used to having money. I'm used to luxury. I'm used to traveling to different countries with my family. Like I'm used to being a baby girl. So when it's time for me to like own myself, like financially, and be independent and just level up, it was a very difficult journey for me, like a very, 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 very difficult journey for me. I can't even lie to you guys. It was very terrible. One time my friend had to be like, and that's it, like, where is all your money going? Because I was just not used to budgeting, having less, living with less, making do with less. Like it just, especially when I came to Nigeria and I started earning naira. Oh my God, you guys, it's a story for another day. But yeah, so don't limit your earning potential mentally. Don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do this, or be scared of certain figures, or like, you know how you sometimes maybe go to certain neighborhoods and you're like, I can't even enter inside, like they don't think, am I even worth it? You're worth it. Enter that place, baby girl. Enter, and baby boy. Enter that baby. Go and price that car. One day you will buy it. Go and look at that house and price it. One day you will buy it. Fix your thoughts towards money. Trust me, it's very important. Open up your mind, expand your thoughts. You can do it. I hate to sound like a motivational speaker right now, but yeah, you can do it. Okay, so I feel like this last and final one is going to trigger a lot of people, but I'm sorry, I have to say this. Building a career is important. Don't let social media deceive you. Everybody's trying to be an entrepreneur. Flex culture is thriving. People are saying hustle. You see all these posts like dreams don't die, or like, you see all this motivational aspire to perspire. Like you guys see all these people talking about, oh, I can't do a 9 to 5. How can I trade my time for someone when I can be building my own? Okay, I understand that. Like that is a very valid point. If you are just working a job, having a job and building a career are two very different things. Don't get it twisted. Having a job is having a job. You're just going there to collect salary and come back home and give them your time, give them your services, give them your value. But building a career is different. Like you can see progression, you can see where you want to go, you have goals, you have dreams. You and your company are on the same page. You're like, okay, this is your potential. I see value in you. I want to invest in you. I want to encourage you to be a better version of yourself. So trust me, having a career, build a career, it is important. And even if you're an entrepreneur, that's also a career. Build your business to the level where it can live after you. Look at a company like the Hilton, for instance. The Hilton is over 100 years old, but the Hilton is still existing. He is an entrepreneur that started the Hilton, but he built it to the level where he can employ people. So it can be anything, but trust me, if you're not Justin Bieber, don't say that, oh, I'm a good musician, I'm just gonna be singing. That's a hobby. If you're not building it to become a career, it's a hobby. And a lot of the times I feel like we even ruin our hobbies when we try to over monetize it. Like you take away the joy from doing it when you try to over monetize it. You must build a career. Don't underestimate building a career. Don't let social media deceive you. Trust me, lots of people are broke and jobless on social media. Don't look down on your 9 to 5. Don't look down on your business you're building. Make it a career for yourself. Let me know what you guys think about these tips. Please, I'm really dying to read what you guys have also commented for Foluke. I want to see the advice you guys want to leave for her in the comment section below. And I'm waiting here, like we'll be chatting and everything. So if you guys like this kind of videos, if you guys like Money Mondays, let me know. And we'll do more of that. So until the next video, I love you guys and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.